I have night 344 of the Arabian Nights. 340. Morning now dawned. Scheherazade broke off from what she had been allowed to say. Then, when it was the 344th night, she continued, I have heard, unfortunate king, that the wali of bulaq said, I sold every single one that I could, but I was able to collect no more than 100,000. And this plunged me into confusion. One night when I was sitting at home worrying about this, there came a knock on the door, and I told one of my servants to see who was there. He went out, but when he came back, his color had changed. He was pale-faced and trembling. When I asked what was the matter, he told me that at the door there was a man naked apart from some skins, armed with a sword and with a knife at his waist. With him were a number of others dressed in the same way, and he was asking for me. Sword in hand, I went out to see who these might be, and there they were, just as my servant had described them. I asked them their business, and they said, We are robbers, and tonight we have come by a great treasure, which we have set aside for you in order to settle this problem of debt that is worrying you. Where is this treasure? I asked them, and they fetched me a large chest filled with vessels of gold and silver. I was delighted to see it, saying to myself that it will allow me to pay off my debt and leave me as much again. So I took the chest and went back into my house. But then I said to myself, it would be dishonorable to let the man go away empty-handed, so I fetched the 100,000 dinars that I had with me and gave it to them with my thanks. They took the money and went off unnoticed under cover of night. The next morning I looked at the contents of the chest and found them to consist of copper coated with gold and tin, worth all in all some 500 dirhams. What's the difference between dinars and dirhams? Dinars. I found it hard to bear as I had lost my dinars and added to my woes. This is the most remarkable thing that happened to me during my period in office. These are the three qualities describing their bad experiences or something. Wali, the three walis. Why was he fooled? The wali of Fustat then rose and said, My master, the Sultan, here is my most remarkable experience during my time in office. That's as a wali. I had 10 thieves hanged, each on a gibbet of his own, and I told the guards to watch to see that nobody removed any of the corpses. The next day, when I came to look at them, I found 2 corpses hanging from the same gibbet. Who has done this? I asked the guards, and where is the gibbet belonging to the second corpse? They disclaimed any knowledge of the affair. But when I was about to have them flogged, they said, We fell asleep last night, Emir, and when we woke up, we found that one of the corpses, together with its gibbet, had been stolen. We were afraid, and when we saw a passing peasant coming up towards us with his donkey, we seized him, killed him, and hanged him on the skin were in place of the corpse that had been removed. I was taken by surprise and asked them what the peasant had had with him. They told me he had had a saddlebag on his donkey, and when I asked what was in it, they said that they didn't know. Bring it to me, I told them. When they did, I ordered them to open it. There inside it was the body of a murdered man cut into pieces. I was astonished at this sight and said to myself, "Glory be to God, the reason that this peasant was hanged was that he was guilty of murder. And God does not treat his servants unjustly." The story is told that a money changer passed some thieves while he was carrying a purse full of gold. One of these rascals boasted that he would be able to steal the purse, and when the others asked him how, he told them to wait and see. He then followed the money changer to his house, and when the money changer went in, he threw the purse down on a shelf, after which, feeling the need to relieve himself, he went to the lavatory, telling a slave girl to bring him a jug of water. She fetched this and followed him to the lavatory, leaving the door open. The thief then entered and took the purse, after which he went back to his companions and told them what had happened. So there's a lot of robbery in these. Night 344. We have thief and the wali, the three walis. Two walis. We're reading from night 344 of Arabian Nights.